So the Capital One Quicksilver has been in my wallet for over 8 years now, but we need to find out if it's still worth it. So we're going to walk through the features of the card, and I'll also share my real life experience with it over the last 8 years I've been using it to see if it's actually still worth getting. Now, let's see how many times I can say Quicksilver in this video. Leave a comment down below with your best guess, and let's get right into it. So this was actually the first credit card I got back in 2015, and it holds a special place in my heart. I originally got it because my buddy told me that they gave 20%, yes, 20% cash back on all transactions with this tiny company at the time called Uber. They were offering this as a marketing tactic since they were so small back then. This was before you could ride with not one, but two complete strangers in the car with you with Uber Pool. Those were the days, man. Anyway, that perk was beyond amazing since I had just moved to DC, where you either had to rely on the metro, which broke down constantly, or call an Uber. I can't tell you how many times I had to evacuate the metro because it would randomly catch on fire and fill up with smoke. Okay, it was only twice, but that's still way too many times. So, of course, I quickly switched to Ubers and I racked up a ton of rewards thanks to the Quicksilver. Now that deal is long gone, but there is another reason why I got the card. The Quicksilver is one of the few good cards that you can get with low to no credit. Since this was my very first credit card, my credit score was basically non-existent, and this was one of the few I could even apply for. To this day, you can still get the Quicksilver with as low as a 550 credit score, but you'll have way better odds at 600 or higher. If you're not quite there yet, don't worry, I got you. There's another card called the Capital One Quicksilver 1, which, silly name aside, it's almost the exact same as the regular Quicksilver, minus a few features. So let's talk about those. The main feature of the Quicksilver is you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on all purchases. This is pretty good, especially when you consider that this might be one of the few cards you can get like it was for me. There are definitely higher rewards cards out there, so if you're looking for a better option, check out the Citi Double Cash or the Wells Fargo Active Cash, which gives you 2% instead of 1.5%. There's also one of my personal favorites, the Chase Freedom Unlimited, which gives you between 1.5% and 5% in points that you can use for travel, among many other benefits. Links to all three will be down below, and all are strong competitors if you're just interested in rewards. Speaking of rewards, the Quicksilver comes with a sign-up bonus of $200 after spending $500 within the first 3 months of opening your account. That's pretty easy to hit, especially in this economy. 2 months worth of dining and groceries will get you there easy, making this one of the best sign-up bonuses for the amount that you need to spend. Next up, you get 15 months of no interest on purchases. I use this feature to pay for real estate renovations on a similar card where I got rewards, purchase protection, and I didn't have to pay it off for over a year. So it's great if you're looking to finance a larger purchase like a laptop, TV, or loading up on some home goods from Bed Bath & Beyond's bankruptcy sale that just started a few days ago. You also get 15 months of no interest on balance transfers as well, but this is something that you should only use sparingly since they charge a 3% fee on whatever balance you transfer in. So if you're between a rock and a hard place and are unable to pay your current credit card debt, this will help, but it's not a get out of jail free card. The $0 annual fee is by far the best reason to get this card since there's no long-term downside to getting it. So if you get it and want to lock it away in a dungeon, go right ahead if you're into that stuff. It will lower your credit utilization, which is good, which will increase your credit score, which is also good, at no cost to you. That is basically what I do with the Quicksilver now, minus the dungeon stuff. Next up, the card has no foreign transaction fees for traveling outside the US. I personally use this card exclusively when I would travel to Europe and Mexico back when it was one of the only cards I could get. So most other cards will charge you around 3% on each foreign transaction, which will add up real quick. Many other cards with no foreign transaction fees are premium travel cards that require a high credit score and have an annual fee, so getting this perk on an accessible credit card like the Quicksilver is very clutch. This one is relatively new. You get 5% cash back on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel, which is their travel site that's basically like Kayak or Expedia. So obviously I would like to see this include flights as well, but getting 5% back on at least some travel expenses is really powerful, especially for an accessible card like the Quicksilver. So to put that in perspective, the Amex Platinum nets you around 5% back, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve nets you around 4.5% back when booking similar travel on their own travel sites. And those cards have way higher annual fees at $695 and $550, while the Quicksilver is $0. So the Quicksilver is up there. Now, those other two are premium cards that have tons of other benefits, so you can't directly compare them, but it is an interesting little nugget of info. This next perk is temporary and will probably change, but you get 6 months of free Uber One membership, which gets you 5% off rides and deliveries, as well as $0 delivery fees. That is pretty solid for a free perk, so try and time this during a period where you'll be using Uber and Uber Eats to get the most out of it. You can also make purchases on PayPal and Amazon with points, but a lot of credit cards these days also offer that. There are other perks with the Quicksilver that come and go, so I would check the benefits 2 or 3 times a year to stay up to date. So now we need to figure out if the Quicksilver is worth it, and there's 4 main reasons why you would want to get this card. So number 1, if you want the $200 sign-up bonus. Number 2, if you want to use the 0% interest period to pay for a large purchase. Number 3, if you want the no foreign transaction fees for traveling outside the US. Or 4, if you have low or no credit because the Quicksilver is better than nothing. And honestly, since this card has no annual fee, there's literally no downside in the long run for getting this card, and is one I recommend to anyone if they haven't got it already. If you're interested, check it out using the link down below. Let me know your thoughts or how many times I said Quicksilver in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If this helped you, leave a like and might as well subscribe while you're down there too. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.